Okay. Oh no, I didn't realize this is yeah, there you go. Okay. Holy shit. Oh my god, what a day it has been. Sorry, I'm like okay. What does Bob Ross say? Sometimes you have to you gotta have the you gotta have some rainy days so you can appreciate the sun. That's me right now. Let me just oh, I could just center myself this way actually. Okay. Okay, so sorry, I'm a little later than I expected. At around 6:30, I was like, damn, I'm way too damn, I'm in a wife beater. I can't lift up my arms. You see my pits. At around 6:30, I was like, well, I'm very tired. It has been a very long 24 hours for me. I guess 18 at this point. So I was feeling really sleepy. So I was like, I'm gonna go to the couch. I'll update about the stream. Let's see how I feel after I watch an episode of like Kill la Kill or some shit. And then if I want to change the date of the stream to like tomorrow, then I'll do that. But I ended up being a little bit more awake than I thought I was. And I'm just gonna come out and say it. My one of my ferrets had to go into surgery yesterday, or this morning actually, because he got an object like this big in his stomach, in his intestine somehow, some way, which is wild. Like, I just got the photo of the size of the object. I'm like, how the fuck do you even get that down his throat? But whatever. So yeah, Dr. Bippy was hospitalized yesterday with blockage, and so like 2 a.m, because he threw up. I was like watching him and stuff. He was acting really weird. His like stool was wild. And then he finally threw up at like 2 a.m. and I was like, yeah, I have to take him to a 24-hour spot. I did that, and yeah, basically was with him until like 9 o'clock this morning. Went to like 7:30 this morning, and then finally pieced out and let them do their thing. He went into surgery around like 9:30. I had them call me to confirm that he was good enough to go into surgery because, you know, they're a little worried about him. But it was good. He got out of surgery. Surgery was successful. I went through the easiest way possible, which was there was like multiple ways to go through this surgery. So the first way was under the best circumstances, they would be able to push the object from his intestines back into his stomach and then make a small incision in his stomach and then remove it that way. The worst case scenario would have been that, like, it was inside his intestines and it corroded his intestine, and so they would have to cut open the intestine and then reattach it after removing the object. So luckily that's not what they had to do. They were able to just push it back into his stomach. But he is very, very eepy, very, very zonked out still. So what they are doing is they're keeping him overnight. Overnight, because he technically just went there this morning. So they're gonna keep him like for 24 hours total, and then what do you call it? They recommend like 48 hours total for keeping him at the very least, because they want to make sure that he can eat, and he's pooping and doing like regular activities still. So yeah, I was waiting. As I was on the couch, I was like, damn, I don't want to stream if I'm like waiting for a phone call, because it's gonna take me like 20 minutes to like get through this phone call, because I have to. My girlfriend is on the other side of the world right now, so I want to make sure she gets the updates and I'm not like, you know, forgetting stuff because I'm on stream, yada yada. So it take like a half an hour to like get through that phone call. I'm taking so many notes. So I finally got that phone call because I came to my desk and I was like, well, I'm not tired enough that I don't want to stream anymore, but I'm still pretty tired, so I'll just get to my desk and see what's going on. So luckily, as soon as I got here, as soon as I set up Streamlabs and I like tested out my equipment real quick, I got the call. And so now we're here. Yeah, man, rough day. Very, very rough day for the ferret boys, but it's cool. I played around with Chopper today. That motherfucker bit my arm all the way up. See if you can you even see it? Maybe if I put the light on it. This motherfucker was biting hard today. I think because he was like, where's my regular playmate? No, I can't even show it. Oh yeah, you can kind of see some of it. It's so weird. But yeah, Chopper was definitely looking for his brother today, so that made me feel sad. So I was like, I don't want to be on stream sad. But you know, we here. Yeah, now Chopper, I played with him. He got tired. He went underneath our bed to go sleep. And so I just put him inside his cage like about an hour early, just so he wasn't roaming around bored or like looking for something to do or getting himself in trouble while I was on stream. So yeah, today it's gonna be rather quick. I want to just quickly talk about the latest update that I have for this Tears of the Kingdom video, and then also react to the story of Age of Imprisonment, because I hear it is like very, very canon, and you know, if the lore people of the Zelda community are making videos about it, then maybe it's not boring, you know. Maybe there's a lot of interesting stuff to hear that happens inside that game, because I will not be playing it. I'm not in the mood right now to like pick up a brand new game. I have like 3 brand new games that, not brand new, but like 3 new games that I'm playing. I will miss out on this Zelda. I will get to it eventually. If the story turns out to be amazing and I just get spoiled for like all the really good shit in it, but I'm just not really into the warrior stuff, the Hyrule warrior stuff. I'm really just trying to focus on any Zelda that I play is going to be Tears of the Kingdom, so I can just get it out the way. I'm sorry. I'm just noticing. How is this? I've been using the shield. I'm pretty sure I've used the shield to block incoming attacks without parrying. How is this shield pristine right now? Okay. Okay. Oh yes, I did break a thing. I'll use the Zora bow. Yeah, it's actually durable. I'll use this. So I have sorry, let me go get some snack just to keep myself awake real quick. Got some leftover snacks from Halloween. I didn't post that I was live. Hold on. I forgot to post on my IG story. Thank you whoever came in and thank you for the like to whoever just came in real quick. I can share the stream, right? Okay, cool. I'll add some music. Man, I'm just so glad the homie got through surgery, bro. I was that shit sucked. Like, it was like, yeah, like no, not 7 hours. It was like 4 or 5 hours of like not knowing at all whether or not like he was even gonna be good enough to get into surgery. Because they were very worried about like how calm he was, making sure his blood pressure was okay, shit like that. So we're good to go. I'm not sad anymore. I'm still like very drained though, like mentally, physically. I didn't get to work out today, which is why my shoulders look so fucking whack. I got a hunch just to give myself some shit. But yeah, holy shit, Bippy boy. I finally got a picture of what the object was, and I still have no fucking clue. So I'm going to be doing a whole sweep of the house and a mop because I'm cleaning tomorrow. See what the fuck was going on there. See if I could find like a piece that's broken off or like a... Because he clearly chewed it off from something. So if I could find out where he chewed it off from, then I can understand how to like negate it from happening again. Because it doesn't seem like anything that he's already had access to before. It seems like a new object. Because it's very unrecognizable to me. So yeah, the Bippy boy is in the hospital. The Bippy boy is in ICU. But he is in recovery at this point. And tomorrow morning I will know between 8 and 11 or 9 and 11. So many Side Boys boys are here, bro. DeConnor, did you switch your name or is that a different person? Damn, I feel so much pressure. Yeah, so this is the video. This is me running through TOTK. I'm gonna give him a shout out at the end of the video, like in the credits, because I expect to like make it a movie thing. So, homie will definitely get a shout out. If y'all have like a picture of Sideboy, not a picture of Sideboy, but like his YouTube channel, like a screenshot from like the PFP or something like that, that would be nice. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, not a picture of Sideboy, just like, you know how like your PFP is switched now, like it's like a green thing, just like that would be nice. Yeah. This is me prepping for the video. It's a TOTK video. It's a Tears of the Kingdom video, so you know we'll be there. All right, 20 minutes has passed and I've done nothing. So the playthrough of the prep work for this. Oh look, it's Nadra. The playthrough of the prep work version of this video is very, very boring, I found. Because it's just me, like, stopping every 5 seconds to take a note. So I don't know if I'll make it, like, a regular thing to stream the preparation of it. I think I'll stream whenever I have, like, a specific update. And the specific update that I have right now is the fact that I have properly mapped out the tiers. So let me open up my browser real quickly. Also, how you doing today, Connor? Hope everything's going well for you. Okay, I kind of like schizo wrote this, so I'm gonna read it out loud. Hopefully, this is how it looks. This is how it looks to have progress. Oh shit, my Google Drive is on stream. I mean, all you see is yeah. Yo, Goddess Path. Hold up, actually, because I've realized that it wasn't as simple as I thought it was. So the latest update that I got here is that tier number 9, which is located here, should come directly after Sonia's death. Sorry, tier number 9 is actually elsewhere. Sorry. Yeah, tier number 9 is... it's the north one. Oh, that's 8. Sorry. Hey, so number 9 is over here. So tier number 9 is this guy here. Tier number 8 is Sonia's death up here. And so what I think I noticed was like, if you get tier number 8 here, then you can make your way through like the Lanayru Plains, or make your way through Kakariko Village again, climb up Lanayru Mountain, get the Lanayru Mountain tower, and then shoot your way down to tier 9. That way you can come through and experience this thing over here, because there's no other reason, I think, in the game for you to come through here other than to either backtrack from the tier or to go to the tier. Yeah, unless the game wants you to climb up Lanayru, parachute down to... how far is Lanayru? It's pretty far. Because what I found was that Nadra's path, dragon paths, pathways, TOTK. Yeah, Nadra's path basically climbs you up the mountain. What the fuck did I do? Nadra's path climbs you up the mountain. You can get up the mountain by just sailing on Nadra, because that's where Nadra comes up from. Nadra goes into the depths at Kakariko Village, but surfaces at Lanayru Mountain. So you can skip going through the Lanayru Mountain path just to get over here. Which, you know, maybe I'm gonna check to see what is the more optimal route there, or the most fun route for a linear version. Because if walking up the mountain is just you fighting a Lionel and just fighting a bunch of Lizalfo and shit, and it's not necessarily a fun trek. No, I'll just do it via Nadra. Like, we'll take Nadra into the depths, throw down some light seeds. If we can hit the light route and then go back up Nadra, that'd be perfect. And then, yeah, ride her off into the sunset and get this thing. So this is my next goal, because if I can confirm what this pathway is here, this little area, because I already know Kakariko. We do Kakariko and sorry, it's like off. I already know if we do Kakariko, OCD. If you do Kakariko after Lanayru, sorry, after Zora's Domain, And then Kakariko directly points you to, like it screams at you to go to Hateno. I would like to include the PFP, you know, just to, because I don't remember ever seeing his PFP because I only had it in chat. Like I only have the video from the stream. So that'd be cool, you know, that'd be cool. So yeah, Kakariko like shouts at you to go to Hateno because there's when you come down when you come down to Kakariko Bridge, there's Haz's team here and they're like, yo, Haz is right over here, go over there. So like the game wants you to enter through here, so use both entrances, leave through here, find the hornist, the horn guy, or the drum guy actually, for the band quest for the Great Fairies, and his drums are directly for Kotera. So like, I'm figuring out the fairy quest too because it seems like the fairy quest is also pretty linear. So you do all that, get down here, you're pointed to Fort Hateno. This is your rest stop, the stable. You do your little thing here, boom, get some upgrades. Fuck up the bokoblins at Fort Hateno, which will probably be silver by then. And what I found through this playthrough, although I think I'm maybe 1 or 2 blood moon cycles. I think I'm 1 blood moon cycle, honestly, ahead of where I'm supposed to be. But even by then, like, all the only difference between that blood moon and the one I'm at now is that it's silver enemies versus silver enemies that carry royal weapons. So the game points you here. I took like a little detour into like a cave because it had a Misko treasure and it was like directly off the beaten path. Like it might as well have been linear, and it gave me the barbarian helm. So if the barbarian set can be acquired also on the linear route, then that's pretty cool. That's a neat little tidbit of information to have. These are all the clothings that you get throughout this run too, through just like straight shotting it. Like the game puts shit in your pathway basically. So yeah, to get to Hateno, it's like I have no reason to explore outside of here other than to like go up there to the tech lab, if that is the tech lab. I'm pretty sure it's the tech lab. And then basically come back through, because there's 2 pathways. There's you go up this pathway to get in, and then you can go down to get out. I forget what the heck this thing is. That might be a tower actually. So if I get that tower, that'd be cool. Then yeah, dude, then you just come out through here and then go to Gerudo. You can also hit this on the way to Gerudo, hit this on the way to Gerudo. Then when you do Gerudo, you get both of these towers, both of these tiers, and then you'll be led directly back over here for tier 8, because it's not going to be too far out of the pathway. Maybe you do the Stone Grove Skyview Tower then, but we'll see. What is it called? And then yeah, I figured out the pathway for all the tiers, which is my long-winded way of saying this, which is that directly after, spoilers, Sonia's death, you basically want to come through and hit Mountain Lanayru, then hit this tier, come back this way through the plains, have a nice little blue Lionel battle at the end of it, because if you come in from here to here, I don't know if there's any other Lionels here yet. I haven't checked that, but there's definitely one here that I was like scouting out the last playthrough that I had, because I went down the East Hill Chasm, because I was initially searching for Nadra's horn because she had pulled up, and it disappeared on me. Whack. But I went down because I was like, wait, what's actually down here? And it's literally just the Goma rematch. Like it's a straight line for East Hill Chasm. It is like I said, Goma right in front of you, and then right behind Goma is the light route. And behind you is like a really narrow pathway of like gloom infested, like gloom, like a bunch of gloom on the ground, basically. So, damn, why does the text for my chat look so ass, though? And so, I kind of was like, yeah, this is okay. I can use this for the light route. So I'll take the ride with Nadra down here. And then, ideally, I'd be able to drop down from Nadra, hit the light route chest, rocket myself back up. Well, actually, I might be able to just jump up because if Nadra's wind is there, you should just be able to jump. So if I rocket myself out, rocket shield, then you should have enough altitude to just catch, throw out your paraglider and then just catch the rest of Nadra's gust to get back on Nadra. Ride it to Lanayru Heights, Lanayru Mountain, boop bap bop. You get a goddess statue. Oh, that's why I was mentioning this. Sorry. After, I've been trying to work out how to get the white sword. Right? Because to me, it doesn't make sense that this game never did or never took the opportunity to have you search for, like we were searching for fake Zeldas this entire game, right? So sorry, I'm like crumpling paper. This game is about finding Zelda, even though Link pretty much knows where she's at after minute 7 of the game. What is in here? So I should figure that out. I should figure out thematically how to make this run even better. And I figured it out. So, yeah, I just found it dumb that the game was like, yeah, go find Princess Zelda. Go have all these fake Princess Zelda spottings. But then you also have, 3 different versions of the Master Sword in this game. And the game doesn't actually point you to any of them. Like, you have the Sword of the Hero, which is, I think, in the depths. Let's check that real quick. Master Sword, Korok Seed, Sword of the Hero. That's what it is. Why can't I find it here? There it is. The Sword of the Hero. Oh, it's actually right over here. Directly under Daylight Forest. So by Satori Mountain. I don't know what directly would point to it, considering that this is all cut out. So if there is a cave with a chasm inside of it, by any chance, that is in this area, then we can also get the Sword of the Hero. But we'd have to create a pathway for it. We'll figure out the pathway for it. So yeah, I found it really dumb. You go to the goddess statue, and the only reason to go to the Mother Goddess statue is to get the map of the tiers. But I found a funny thing, which is thematically, after this tier, which is Sonia's death, you'd have to get to this tier, which is the one that's shaped like a dragon tier. But you can also get to this tier very easily by getting up to Lanayru Mountain, through Way of Nadra, through a dragon, right? Through a goddess as well. Grab a goddess statue, which is I think I think this is the goddess of wisdom? Can't remember which goddess statue this is. So you grab a goddess statue, you use another goddess to get to it. You've done it directly after this here. And then you grab this tier, bars. Work your way through, kill a Lionel. Probably kill a bunch of other shit on the way there too. There's probably a gloom battle here, bro. And then I'll actually... Let's figure this out. I'll put Talus, Stalnox, Nada Molduga, Hinox, Gleok, Flux, Wizrobe, Lionel. I'm sorry, there's no Gloomhand? There's no Gloomhand proc for this? What? Okay. Oh, there's Gloomhands on Mount Lineru. Okay, cool. So you do have a boss battle here. Is more Gloomhands here? What the fuck? Where is this at? Blue, white, silver Lionel. Okay, so that one upgrades. The blue maned Lionel, I believe this is not the one that I found. I believe the one that I found was here. Got Magic Scepter, Gnarled Wooden Stick, a Whiz Robe out here, so that's cool. Strong Zonite Spear, Strong Hammer, 5 bound flowers. Wow, that'll serve perfect for the boss battle here. Okay, so not too much going around this area, but still a good walk back, or even ride back if you decide to build something. So I should have done it here. So yeah, I don't know. I think thematically, like going from here, making your trek through here, climbing up to Lineru, or even getting back to Kakariko, because you'll have completed this quest. Oh my god, it does point you. Holy shit. So, the dragon tiers are pretty much figured out. Alright, so you've got... Oh my god, bro. Yes, because this unlocks after you get the fourth? Fourth? Yeah, I think the fourth temple. So here's what I just figured out. The game does also point you to the directions of the dragon tiers in order, for the most part. You do have to not get too explorative in this area, or else you will spoil yourself. You will spoil yourself to no end. So the game has successfully pointed you to each different dragon tier through way of Impa, and it's basically like go to the next regional phenomenon, and you'll find the dragon tier on the way there. Since these two are directly next to each other, and I believe that this is the exit route for Eldin, then you immediately get pointed to Zora's Domain. Zora's Domain points you down to this one here, which is in West Nekluda, which you can get to by... You cannot get to by the Lineru wetlands. For whatever fucking reason, the bridges in Lineru wetland are you can't travel through them via horse. So the idea of riding your horse through here real quick, not happening. It's the dumbest thing in the world. So you climb back through here. You hit up Castletown. Not Castletown. You hit up Lookout Landing again. To update, hey, the Zora here. We've got the Pirate's Quest for Lurelin now. Like, you get some more updates here. Like, going to Lookout Landing after pretty much every, or most of the, yeah, because you're not going to go back to Lookout Landing after Eldin. You're going to go back after this. You're going to do Eldin, come straight down to here, and then make your way back to Lookout. Update your situations there. And then, since you already pointed to this, you go to here, and this is literally like, this tier can be seen while just riding horseback on this bridge. So, on your way to Kakariko, finally, because the Lookout Landing is always pointing you to Kakariko, you can get a dragon tier, going through the back way, or the front way, whichever entrance you believe this to be. You get this guy here, get in here, do the first 4 Zonite things, which are basically more tutorial things, like, hey, did you know that, sunflowers do this, or whatever. Sundelions cure gloom sickness, or whatever. You meet Nadra, Mitaro, Paya, all these people. Go down here. You get pointed into this direction of Hateno. Go to Hateno. Come back down. Do, if you want, I would highly suggest, if you haven't done it already, you would take this time on the way to Gerudo Valley to do Great Skyline, the Great Plateau. Maybe get a Coliseum battle in here if you haven't done this one already, which I did early on, and I would probably suggest waiting on this one maybe, because Yeah, there's no reason for you to come down here without trying to get this done early in game. But I'll see what the game actually wants you to do. So yeah, you take the time to do this area on the way to Gerudo. Hit Gerudo. Hit the 2 tiers in the Gerudo area. And then since you're going to be flying down this way anyway, you would just come down here. Come over here. Actually end up over here in this stable. Head out over here. Yeah, head out over here. Maybe go this way through Hyrule Ridge. Get this tier. Maybe do this labyrinth as well. And then, since this is Sonia's death, you would then get told to go to the next tier. That's the thing, though, is how does Impa point you to these 2? Whatever, I'll figure that out later. But I think it's pretty cool that, you know, after her death, after the reincarnation of Goddess Hylia is dead, the next tier is a tier, which is what was stolen from her. And you can get that by going back to Kakariko because you've already done Gerudo at this point, which means you're getting pointed to the Spirit Temple quest at this point. And you already have to go to Taro, I think, back in Kakariko. Anyway, so you would take that moment to, instead of going down this way, to go down this way, or to even take the chasm, collect that light root, take the route on Nadra, end up over here, get this tower, go down here, get this tier, walk through this way, have a nice little Lionel battle at the end of it, and then you work your way down to Farron, and then yeah, like the game pretty much does itself. Then since this is the last tier over here, after you do these guys here, you would want to be pointed at over here, which you haven't worked this one out yet, but then you also have this guy, Typhlo Ruins, where since you've already done the 4 main temples, you can get this sword as well. So and then the process of all of that, you're getting goddess statue here, goddess statue here while there with Taro, and then on the way to the last tier, you get the last goddess statue, which points you back over here afterwards, so that you can get your sword. So now you have all 3 of the alternative master swords, and then you just go out. You then go out and you get to the light dragon, and you either you go straight up to her from here, or you know you wait till you go back over here or something like that. You catch the light dragon anyway, and you have like master sword plus 3 alternatives. So there's a lot of cool things in just the direct line. It just depends on what you have to really be knowing how to look for it and really be dedicated to the pathway here. So I'm really looking forward to this video. All right, so let's quickly watch.
Spoiler alert for.
Ooh, that's Bandit Games'. Let us look up.
Every game.
Okay.
Okay, Zeltix is only 16.5 minutes long, so we're gonna watch him. So yeah, we're gonna watch this video. Sorry, let me get these guys. Basically, look, this is exactly what I'm saying. We've been here for about 45 minutes. I have not moved really at all. I haven't done anything here. It's crazy. Still gonna save. No, I'm not. Yeah, no, I'm not. Okay, so I'm gonna mute the game. I'm gonna watch this video. I'm gonna react. Hopefully we have some cool things to say about it. Cool, not cool. Hopefully we have some fun things to say about it. And then I'll be on my way. Because now I am getting tired.
Hyrule Warriors' Age of Imprisonment begins underground, with an adventuring Korok exploring a long-forgotten Zonai ruin. Lying on the cold stone floor, he finds a glowing shard of metal, its light pulsing in the dark fog. He picks it up but before he can examine it, it is torn from his grip and locked inside an ancient mechanism, the chest of a mysterious humanoid machine. This construct was teased in Age of Imprisonment's trailers and promotional material, and was by far the most interesting mystery before release. Well, now that the game's out, this construct is still the most interesting part of Age of Imprisonment to me, and its story is still left somewhat ambiguous. So let's break down what we know about the identity and the story of this mysterious construct, and try to answer the question of what it truly is. Tears of the Kingdom begins with Zelda time-travelling to the distant past, to the time of Rauru, Hyrule's first king. Long before even this era, however, was the time of the Zonai. These godlike beings were the ancestors of Rauru and his sister, Minoru, and very little is known about them. What we know for certain is that by the time of the founding of Rauru's Kingdom of Hyrule, the new king and his sister were the last remaining Zonai in existence. Age of Imprisonment shines some light on the mystery of the Zonai's disappearance. Near the beginning of the game, Zelda, Minoru, and Rauru discover forgotten Zonai ruins in the depths. Marked throughout this chamber, in the glowing green script of the ancient Zonai, is written the ominous phrase, "Stay away." Indeed, these dark halls were evidently once locked behind powerful seals, but have since been opened, perhaps by some disturbance in the earth or just the passage of time. Within, lying dormant in stone beds, the group discover scores of constructs, machines dangerous enough to have been sealed away by their creators. Constructs were among the most important works of the ancient Zonai, and are still used extensively in the time of King Rauru, whether that's for defense, such as the soldier constructs, or convenience, such as the steward constructs. These autonomous machines were at the heart of Zonai civilization. Though Minoru has spent her life researching constructs, the ones discovered in this chamber are unfamiliar even to her, so with Rauru's permission, she begins to research them, and in ancient records, she discovers the truth. Unlike regular constructs, which possess no true mind of their own, these forgotten constructs were more advanced, and bore a will of their own. Furthermore, this mind could be imbued with energy. If exposed to light, the mind would strive to conquer evil, but if exposed to darkness, it would seek only destruction. These machines were weapons.
So, I just wonder, is this like a retcon, or is this an explanation for like the Shikatek that got corrupted by the malice in Breath of the Wild? Because it seems like a roundabout explanation, not roundabout, but it seems like an explanation as to how that happened as well. And not just being like, you know, a way to explain what the enemies of this game might be.
Able to house the magical power of the Zonai, but before long, the Zonai lost control of their creations, and the
Oh my god, we're in the depths. What? Okay, I might watch the cutscenes myself.
constructs went berserk, bringing an end to their civilization. Of course, it was one of these forbidden constructs that the adventuring Korok stumbled across at the...
Sorry, not just to explain the enemies of this game, but also explain the corrupted construct, which serves as the spirit boss final battle. Spirit temple.
Very beginning of Age of Imprisonment. But while the construct is a relic from the distant past, the glowing shard the Korok finds is from the far future. At the beginning of Tears of the Kingdom, before Zelda travelled back through time, she and Link discovered the sealed body of Ganondorf, deep below Hyrule Castle. Once he woke, the Demon King immediately attacked, sending a tendril of his gloom towards Link, crippling his arm and severely damaging the Master Sword. Before he
Such a
could
great story.
recover, Ganondorf
I can listen
attacked.
to this guy tell me the fucking story of Tears of the Kingdom like 5 more times. He could do it in like 5 more videos, and I'd probably be like, yeah, we're good. I feel like it's the first time I've heard it again.
And Link reacted with his own, swinging the Blade of Evil's Bane at the dark energy. But Ganondorf's power was too great, and the Master Sword shattered, sending a splinter of the blade across the Demon King's cheek and into the darkness beyond. Age of Imprisonment reveals that once Ganondorf collapsed the floor of the imprisoning chamber, this broken shard of the Master Sword fell alongside Zelda. As the princess's latent powers awakened and she transported herself back through time, this shard was taken with her.
What a retcon.
It seems that not only did Zelda unknowingly transport herself back through time to exactly when she needed to be, the Hyrule of the distant past, shortly before the imprisoning war, she travelled to exactly where she needed to be too. Though she was falling even deeper into the depths when she vanished from the present, she appeared in the past on the surface, in a grassy clearing that Hyrule's first king and queen just so happened to be walking through. This also seems to have been the case for the Shard of the Master Sword. Not only did Zelda pull it back through time to this same period, her powers caused it to appear in the Forbidden Construct Chamber, where it could be found by Kalamo, the adventuring Korok. So, when the mysterious construct activates, it's the result of this forbidden technology reacting to the sacred power of the Master Sword.
Joe, does that mean that it's Fi? Because people were like, yo, it's definitely Link then. This construct is like some basis of Link that they figured out how to, like, you know, summon the hero, the spirit of the hero. I guess they get the spirit of the hero through the sword shard, but also, like, would this not mainly just be Fi?
And so its appearance and its mind changes to reflect this. The construct grows long, wild hair formed from glowing energy, and especially once clothed in an archaic tunic and cloak, he bears a striking resemblance to the bearer of the Master Sword, Link. Just as Minoru says, these constructs are agentic. They possess their own mind and can make their own decisions. It's a little unclear how this differs to the other constructs, like soldiers and stewards, but we can infer that they lack their own wills, and though many of them are capable of speech, they aren't truly independent. So when this forgotten construct absorbs the shard of the Master Sword, it becomes powered by its light. Its mind focuses on the destruction of evil. It appears to have free will, and just as Link would do, will put itself in any danger in order to protect the weak and the innocent. After the mysterious construct proves itself to King Rauru and his allies, and Zelda recognizes the source of its power, it is officially welcomed into the Resistance. Its tattered cloak is replaced with a clean white hood and an ornate scarf. Just like Link, Zelda's chosen knight, the construct has been knighted, now known as the Knight Construct, the Vessel of Light, perhaps the single greatest warrior in the war against Ganondorf and his forces. Before Age of Imprisonment released, there was a lot of discussion on the identity of this construct. From official artwork and trailer footage, it seemed obvious that it was going to be this game's stand-in for Link, and that's definitely the case. We've seen examples in Tears of the Kingdom of constructs acting as vessels for people's spirits, such as Minoru's, so the idea was, could this new construct be housing the spirit of an incarnation of Link? We now know that that's not quite what's happening here. The Knight construct isn't powered by the time-traveling spirit of Tears of the Kingdom's Link, nor does it appear to contain the soul of a previous incarnation, like the hero of the Skies or the Hero of Time, and it doesn't seem to have any connection at all to the ancient hero, whose aspect Link can take on as a reward for completing all of Tears of the Kingdom's shrines. The Knight construct is something else, a forgotten Zonai weapon, powered by the Master Sword itself. So how does it work, and why does it look so much like Link? As Minoru suggests, these constructs have cores, which can absorb the energies of light or darkness, and we see an example of a dark version in the Forbidden construct, powered instead by the same gloom that had formed Ganondorf's puppet of Zelda. It's suggested that constructs like this were responsible for the fall of the Zonai. But is the Knight construct simply the result of one of these constructs functioning as intended, and being powered by light, or is it more than that? The only direct answers given in-game are suggestions made by Rauru, who is surprised by the power contained in a mere shard of the Master Sword. However, he notes that the fact that Link wielded the Master Sword for good to defend Hyrule is important, seemingly implying that the Knight construct is the result of a kind of imprint of Link, left on the shard of the Master Sword. We don't know how the ancient Zonai powered their machines. Perhaps some of them possessed the same power of light as King Rauru and could imbue machines with this energy. But it seems that the shard of the Master Sword powers this construct beyond this, allowing the Knight construct to fight in ways that the original Zonai machines could not, and more importantly, fight like Link, utilizing his stances and signature techniques like the spin attack. Exactly how this echo of Link was imprinted on this sword seems clear to me. He is remembered by the consciousness of Phi. Skyward Sword reveals that when the goddess Hylia created the Master Sword in its original form as the goddess sword, she placed within it a spirit, Phi, to serve the one fated to wield the blade. At the end of that game, Phi returns to the Master Sword to begin a sleep without end, but we know that she still exists by the time of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Her sound effects and theme music play on multiple occasions, and Zelda is even able to communicate with her. Indeed, at the beginning of Age of Imprisonment, when Calamo picks up the broken shard of the Master Sword, we hear a rendition of Phi's theme playing. The shard's pulses of light are accompanied by her sound effects too, which also plays as the construct itself moves. This was another theory discussed before the game's release, that the construct was housing Phi's spirit, allowing her to fight in a physical form. And in some ways, this is true. It's impossible to separate the Master Sword from its spirit, and so even though only a splinter of the blade powers the Knight construct, a splinter of Phi must exist within it too. But it doesn't seem like the construct itself is an avatar for Phi specifically, in the same way that Mineru's construct allows her disembodied spirits to fight. The Knight construct is referred to throughout Age of Imprisonment with male pronouns, and is explicitly designed to look like Link. It is very much a stand-in for the bearer of the Master Sword, rather than the spirit of the blade itself. This becomes clear at the very end of Age of Imprisonment, during the climactic final battle between the vessels of light and darkness. In the same moment as Rauru seals Ganondorf, the Knight construct is able to summon an echo of the Master Sword itself.
Oh, it's fire. It's an echo too. I just realized that we're talking about echoes this entire time. Wow, what a way to connect the new game.
To me, this proves that the Knight construct is more than what the ancient Zonai had designed. It's an echo of Link, as if his heroism and courage have imprinted on the Master Sword itself. The Knight construct isn't just a machine, it seems to possess the very spirit of the hero, the essence of Link himself. The Knight construct—
Sorry, so your last opponent in this game is just a copy of you?
appears to be an even greater force for good than the ancient Zonai imagined, imbued with the sacred light of the Blade of Evil's Bane and the memory of the hero who wields it. Though the Knight construct is a completely new addition to the story of Tears of the Kingdom, Age of Imprisonment manages to fit it in perfectly into the existing lore. At the end of the game, we see the Chamberlain Lenalia begin work on the ancient murals near the imprisoning chamber, the story of the recent war etched into stone, as a warning for future generations about what is sealed nearby. However, despite the crucial role they played in the conflict, Calamo and the Knight construct are deliberately excluded from the histories. They aren't carved into the murals, and the notes written about their adventures by Lenalia are burned. This is because of the sheer power of these constructs, and their role in the fall of the Zonai. Mineru is afraid of the possibility of such powerful technology once again bringing the world to ruin, and so the Knight construct and its role in the imprisoning war is deliberately
being erased from history because you're too OP.
Forgotten. Of all of the new revelations in Age of Imprisonment, the Knight construct is probably my favourite. In a way, it's this game's version of Terrako, the diminutive guardian who travelled back through time in Age of Calamity, even down to it having a corrupted counterpart, the Harbinger Ganon. However, while Terrako's time travel caused a split and led Age of Calamity down an alternate timeline, the Knight construct fits neatly into the existing narrative, without retcons or alternate histories. I find it perfectly believable that the shard of the Master Sword that grazed Ganondorf's cheek landed somewhere on the imprisoning chamber's floor, and fell into the past along with Zelda once the ground collapsed. It feels less like a retcon and more of an extension of the existing story. And in terms of the construct itself, it's the perfect way for Link's presence to be felt in a story he has no part in. That the mere memory of him, imprinted on his sacred sword, could turn the tide of the war. A silent guardian, a watchful protector, a dark knight construct.
That was, oh my god. Wow, what a fucking nerd. I love that. I was about to say, bro, like, you really purposely ended the video on Dark Knight. Nice ... there.
Thanks for watching this video. What do you think of the Knight construct and of Age of Imprisonment's story more broadly? Let me know in the comments. I need to give a big thank you not only to Nintendo UK for sending me out a copy of Age of Imprisonment, but also to Zelda Lore and Monster Maze for discussing ideas with me for this video. Check out their channels in the description for in-depth Zelda coverage. If you like this video, leave a like or subscribe.
Okay, thank you for that, Zeltic. I'm not fucking awake enough to survive another video, so yeah, I'll leave you with what I have, which is this Zelda vid. It's 10 o'clock now. I should have probably, I did put out another I did put out another video. Sorry, I did not put out on YouTube. When did I publish this? 5 hours ago, so 5 o'clock. Okay. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock. I'll wait till tomorrow to post the there was like a clip from the previous Zelda stream that I was gonna post while I was on, but again, things changed a little bit. So, yep. Sorry. We're done here. Thank you for watching. Yeah, that was the update basically. I will still not be playing Age of Imprisonment, but I will definitely be listening to more lore videos as I do the rest of this work. But yeah, update now is we've cleared out tiers. We have 2 things to confirm with these 2 tiers, but otherwise everything else is all the other tiers are pretty much accounted for. I would like the next step, not the next step, but just like a nice little tidbit to be getting like a couple of Lionel fights in. So getting this blue maned one, perfect. But finding a red one that would be pretty easy, that would be nice. And then also getting multiple Gliok battles in. Like 3, so you have 1 of each. Which I suppose you get 1 from here. Yeah. You get 1 above Eldin. Yeah, there are 3 Gliok fights already. Holy shit. Okay. There's the one flying high above Eldin. Or like by Linear and Eldin. You got this one on the bridge, which is pretty much unavoidable. And then you got this one over here, which, you know, you can use that fight as a way to get you to this tier. Holy shit. Okay. Or you can use this fight to go, I'm going to clear out this area so I can bring the band over to this and then get the tier. Okay. It all depends on the, like, if Impa's there to point you in the direction of that 8th tier. If she is, for whatever reason in Gerudo, like, yo, get this other tier that's just north, then we're lit. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. I'll be on probably later on this week with another update. So, bye.